Hello, everyone. I know it's been a long time. What can I say? I don't really think about making videos that often. But I was annoyed today, and so that spurred me to make a video, which, I've had so many good times since the last video that apparently doesn't inspire me to make a video. Being annoyed makes me inspired to make a video. But let's talk about the good times first. So, since last time I went back home for Christmas, it was real fun. The plane rides were interesting, to say the least. Going, I was in, okay, let's take a moment to gather my thoughts. I did this kind of spur of the moment. So, I head down from Kuji to Tokyo, and I decide it's about 9 o'clock when I decide to go, which according to my TripAdvisor gives me plenty of time to get my flight in the evening around 4:30. So, go on Shinkansen, that's the bullet trains, no problems. However, when I actually get to Tokyo, I stop and eat at a Hard Rock Cafe. Delicious, by the way. The burgers, really good American style burgers. I was happy to get them. But I go and I start walking towards the next station, and then from that station I would go to the plane. But I walk about 15-ish minutes, at a pretty good pace. I'm sweating, it's hot. I realize I'm not carrying anything. I left my bags at the Hard Rock Cafe. So I start booking it back. It takes another 15 minutes, maybe more, because by this point I'm tired. I mean, the station was only like a 20-minute walk. So I walked most of the way there and then realized my mistake. So I come back, get my suitcase, get a taxi, and because I'm behind schedule at this point, wasting basically an hour there and back. Because well, not quite, but anyway. So make it to the airport. The little ticket counter thing where you register is like, Gomenasai, it said I couldn't register because my plane was it was past schedule time, but the flight was delayed. So one of the attendants there actually saw me, came over, checked my ticket, and was like, Edith. So she rushed me through, all the things. I still almost didn't make it because it took so long to get through, just the customs area. Everything else was fine, but the customs took another 30 minutes. And so as soon as I get through that, I book it to my gate, and they are loading the plane with the last few people as I arrive. So I just made it on my plane. Then on the plane, I was going to have an aisle seat, but there's a woman there asking for me to trade seats with her because she and her husband were in different aisles and she couldn't get anybody else to switch with her. So I'm like, okay, it's fine. I'm a hopeless romantic, I guess. So trade seats with her. So I'm spending a 16-hour flight or whatever, the whole time. Couldn't get any sleep. Get home. Mom picks me up. We have a great visit. I get to see Jonathan, who's also visiting. We watch some wrestling. We watch some anime. We watch some cartoons. Eat some real good food made by Mom and Dad. Chili and chicken spaghetti and cheeseburger casserole and rolls and cakes and brownies. I'm pretty sure I put on weight, but it was worth it. Got to see Kim and my nephews and such briefly. Got to see a bunch of different people. If I saw you, you saw me, and if you don't know who my relatives are, me telling you their names won't matter. So then I head back to Japan on the 30th. Did have a little scare with the you needed to go get a proof you didn't have corona test, and it had to be within a certain amount of time of when you leave. And so me and Mom were stressing, and I accidentally did the math wrong in my head, and so I thought it was going to be the wrong date, but then I I did it again, like that evening. I'm like, wait, no, it's fine. Of course, then when I actually got back to Japan, they like, we don't do that anymore. So it was kind of pointless. But anyway, I skipped some stuff. So flight from Little Rock to Dallas had a 10-hour layover, I think it was. No, 15-hour layover. So basically I left on like a Wednesday and I didn't fly out till the Friday, and I didn't get to Japan until New Year's Eve. From there, so I slept on the floor. That was the only rest I got in between flights. I did meet a very lovely woman named Sarah on the flight. She's a little younger than me, but she was... Basically what happened was we had the like emergency exit seat, so we had plenty of leg room and stuff, but the wireless on the internet went down. So we couldn't watch a movie, we couldn't get on our computers, we couldn't do our phones, didn't do any of that. So we basically chatted the whole time except when she was sleeping. So I'm getting people around and I feel a little self-conscious about talking, so I'm gonna move over here. Anyway, so we exchanged contact information, and we're still in contact through Discord, so we'll see what happens there. So once I got to Tokyo, had a real nice trip there. I stayed at a capsule hotel. I was a little disappointed because they have taken the capsules out, and now it's just like a communal sleeping area with like little futons and stuff set out for everybody. I snore, and so there was a spot segmented aside for the snoring room. They put me to shame. They were loud. But I was so exhausted like every night during my Tokyo stay. It didn't matter. I still was able to get to sleep fine. I went to a few different sites in Tokyo. Went to Tokyo Tower. That was really nice. Went up to the top. Did a virtual reality bungee jump. That was scary but fun. Got a bunch of pictures. I'll either link them in the video or I'll splice them in later with editing. We'll see. We'll see how much energy I have once I get back. From there, walked around a little bit. I was supposed to meet up with one other friend, but he like broke his kneecap or something. I don't remember. He had to go to the hospital. So didn't get to hang out with him any. But I did meet up with Kenji. Like, he was leaving, and he knew I was in Tokyo, so he asked if I wanted to ride, and I didn't mind cutting my trip a day short for, like $400 less in Shinkansen fees. And I was tired by this point anyway. I'd done a lot of walking, gone to a lot of very, very busy places. And if you know me, I don't like people. I don't like being around lots of people, especially. So it was very draining on my mental energy. From there, had a pretty chill rest of my time off. Finished the school year without any real incidents. And yeah, so that catches up as far as school stuff. This year, okay, so one last thing. The past 3 years, I've been teaching at high schools. This year, I'm teaching at one junior high school, which is my main school, and then like 3 different elementary schools. And so it's been, this was my first week. I haven't gone to all of them yet because it's a very complicated like bi-weekly schedule. And so I won't get to my last elementary school until next week. But every school I've been to so far has been really nice. The kids have been really energetic. The teachers have been like excited to meet me and willing to talk. Sun's going down. The video is going to get dark if I keep talking. So I guess I'll briefly touch on why I was so annoyed and why I made this video in the first place. So how my paycheck works is we are basically not paid for March. There is a brief interim where we are not going to school, so they just don't pay us for that. Even though, they made us come to Japan and they're, you know, in charge of our housing and everything. So apparently the like last little bit of March pay that I would have gotten from like the last week of school did not pay for all of the rent this month. So they had to send me an email to make me pay the remaining $100, whatever it was, for this month, and then tell me I won't be getting any more money this month. So I was a little upset. Like, I am basically breaking even every month. I mean, I'm fine as far as money, but like, if I keep an eye on my account and if it's over a certain amount, I am more willing to like go on trips and do stuff. And if it's below a certain amount, I basically eat rice and ramen and I don't go do anything. And I haven't done a lot. So right now I'm fine. I was just about, even after this little payment, I'm still fine. I'm going to try and do something during Golden Week, assuming I'm still fine by that time. But it kind of bothers me that they like didn't take enough out of my check or what have you to save up, because they know money, how the money works. They should not have to contact me to fix a problem like this. Especially because, like, in order to transfer it, I have to go to the bank, and all the instructions are in Japanese, and I tried for, like, 10 minutes on my own, and I had to call, like, one of the reception people to basically walk me through it, and I basically say the English name, and they type in the Japanese letters to get the transfer to work. So, it's been a great few months, and a really annoying day. So... on the bright side, the cherry blossoms are blooming as well. That's why I came up here to vent, because I was like, ooh, pretty sakura. That'll cheer me up. It did to an extent, but I still needed to vent. So I'll come over to here to the light to say the last goodbyes. If you paid attention this long, I thank you. I don't know when the next video will be. I'm very sporadic with these things, but there's a few details here and there I haven't talked about, so maybe I'll do a more detailed video later. But for now, you're caught up on me. I'm happy. I mean, I'm annoyed at this exact moment, but generally, I'm happy, I'm healthy, I'm having a good time. Wish you guys were here. See ya.